This is Adam Schefter, and I have a major Schefter bomb dropping right now for the 12s in Seattle. We are talking about a seismic shift in the foundation of the Seattle Seahawks offensive line that is going to reverberate across the entire NFC West. My sources are confirming that the front office in Seattle has finally checked off the biggest item on their offseason to-do list, and it involves the blindside protector who has become the cornerstone of this franchise. Before we dive into the massive financial details and the quotes that are coming straight out of the building, I need everyone watching this right now to do two things. First, if you bleed neon green and navy blue, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel immediately. We are your #1 source for every breaking update regarding the Seahawks, and you do not want to miss a single second of this coverage as we move closer to the season. Second, I want to hear from the fans. Where are you watching this breaking news from today? Drop your city and state in the comments below, because we love seeing how far the 12s reach across the globe. Now, let's get into the heart of this story. According to reports first surfacing via SI.com and confirmed by my insiders, the Seattle Seahawks have officially secured their star left tackle to a massive new contract extension. This young offensive lineman, who was the 9th overall pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, has officially put pen to paper on a deal that cements him as one of the highest-paid protectors in the league. The front office, led by John Schneider, has been working tirelessly behind the scenes to make sure that the blind side of their quarterback remains secure for the foreseeable future. When you look at the trajectory of this player, it is easy to see why Seattle felt such an urgent need to get this deal done now rather than later. Ever since he stepped onto the field as a rookie out of Mississippi State, he has shown the technical prowess, the footwork, and the sheer strength required to handle the elite pass rushers of this league. The player himself recently commented on the extension, expressing his immense gratitude and his excitement to remain in the Pacific Northwest. He mentioned that this contract is not just a personal victory, but a commitment to the team and the city that took a chance on him. The atmosphere inside the VMAC training facility is recordedly electric right now. Coaches and teammates alike are celebrating the fact that one of their most consistent performers is locked in for the long haul. This is a massive win for a Seahawks team that is currently transitioning into a new era under Mike Macdonald. Securing a premium position like left tackle is the first step in building a sustainable contender. My sources indicate that the negotiations were intense but professional, with both sides understanding the market value for a player of this caliber. In an era where elite left tackles are getting paid astronomical sums, Seattle managed to find a structure that rewards the player while maintaining some level of flexibility for the organization. The player's agents and the Seahawks cap experts were reportedly in constant communication over the last few weeks to finalize the structure of the signing bonus and the guaranteed money. This wasn't just a routine signing, this was a statement. It sends a message to the rest of the locker room that if you perform at an elite level and represent the organization with class, you will be taken care of. The young lineman's growth from year 1 to year 2 was substantial, and the advanced metrics show that he was rapidly ascending into the top tier of offensive tackles. This extension is essentially the Seahawks betting on that continued growth. They see a future Pro Bowler and potentially an All-Pro who can lead this unit for the next decade. The news of this massive contract is already sending shockwaves through social media, with fans debating whether the price tag was too high or just right for a player of his talent. But in the NFL, you pay for premium talent at premium positions, and there is no position more premium on the offensive line than the left tackle. The player spoke about how much he loves the culture in Seattle and how he wants to be a part of the next championship run. He credited his coaches for helping him refine his technique and his teammates for pushing him every single day in practice. This is a guy who stays late, watches extra film, and has truly embraced the blue-collar mentality that Seattle fans love. The fact that this is happening now, before the heat of training camp, allows the team to focus entirely on football without the distraction of a looming contract dispute. It provides stability for the quarterback and peace of mind for the offensive coordinator. The Seahawks have made it clear that they are building from the trenches out, and this contract is the strongest evidence yet of that philosophy. As we look at the landscape of the NFC West, having a dominant left tackle is a prerequisite for success, especially when you have to face the pass rushers of the 49ers, Rams, and Cardinals twice a year. This move ensures that Seattle is prepared for those battles. The details of the deal are still trickling in, but the consensus is that this is a home run for both the player and the franchise. Stay tuned as we continue to break down every angle of this massive Schefter bomb.
Now that we have established the breaking news of this massive extension for the Seattle Seahawks star left tackle, we have to go deeper into the analytical side of this deal because the implications are absolutely staggering. This is where we look at the salary cap, the depth chart, and what this means for the future of the Seattle roster construction. When you look at the numbers associated with an elite left tackle extension in today's NFL, you are talking about a market that has been reset multiple times in the last 24 months. With players like Larry Tunsil and Andrew Thomas setting the bar, Seattle knew they would have to open the checkbook. By getting this deal done now, John Schneider has actually saved the team money in the long run. If they had waited another year, the price for a franchise left tackle would have likely escalated by another $5 to $10 million total value. From a cap perspective, this deal is a masterclass in modern NFL accounting. My insiders suggest that the contract includes a significant signing bonus that allows the Seahawks to spread the cap hit over several years, which is crucial because they still have to manage the contracts of other high-profile players like DK Metcalf and the looming decision on the quarterback position. This move provides the structural integrity needed for the offensive line. For years, the Seahawks struggled with a revolving door at the tackle positions, but by drafting this player and now extending him, they have finally found their anchor. This allows the coaching staff to be more aggressive in their play calling. When you have a left tackle you can trust on an island against the league's best edge rushers, it opens up the entire playbook. You don't have to keep a tight end or a running back in to chip as often, which means more weapons out in routes for the quarterback. Speaking of the quarterback, this is the best news Geno Smith or any future signal caller in Seattle could receive. Protection is the currency of success in the NFL, and the Seahawks just made a massive investment in their primary insurance policy. Furthermore, we have to look at how this impacts the rest of the 2022 draft class. This was a legendary class for Seattle, including players like Kenneth Walker III and Rick Woolen. By extending the left tackle first, the Seahawks are setting a precedent for how they will handle the rest of these rising stars when their time comes. It creates a healthy culture of competition and reward. On the field, the impact of this player cannot be overstated. His ability to move in space and get to the second level in the run game is what makes the Seahawks' rushing attack so dangerous. He isn't just a pass protector, he is a violent run blocker who fits perfectly into the physical identity that Mike Macdonald wants to establish. The analysis also suggests that this signing will influence Seattle's strategy in future drafts. With the left tackle spot solidified for the next half-decade, the front office can focus their premium draft capital on other areas of need, such as the interior defensive line or the linebacker core. It simplifies the math for the scouting department. However, there is always a risk with these massive deals. The pressure on the player now intensifies. He is no longer just a young prospect on a rookie deal. He is a highly paid veteran who is expected to perform at a near-flawless level every single Sunday. Any lapse in production will be scrutinized through the lens of his new salary. But everyone I talk to in Seattle says this player has the mental toughness to handle that pressure. He is a professional in every sense of the word. The front office's decision to prioritize him shows that they believe he is the true leader of that offensive line room. We also have to consider the ripple effect across the division. The 49ers and Rams now have to account for the fact that Seattle has a stable, elite presence on the blind side for years to come. It changes how they will approach their defensive schemes when facing the Seahawks. This contract is a clear signal that Seattle is not in a rebuilding phase. They are in a win now and win later phase simultaneously. They are building a sustainable core of young talent that can compete at a high level for a very long time. As we look at the projected cap space for the next 3 years, Seattle remains in a relatively healthy position despite this large payout, thanks to the creative structuring of the deal. This allows them to remain active in the free agent market if they need to fill specific holes. In conclusion, this extension is a defining moment for the John Schneider era. It proves that the team can identify, draft, and develop elite talent at the most difficult positions in sports. The fans should be ecstatic because their team is making the right moves at the right time. The security of the left tackle position is the foundation upon which championships are built. We will be watching closely to see how this translates to the win-loss column this fall, but for now, the Seahawks have secured a massive victory off the field. This is the kind of move that turns a good team into a great one, and it's why the 12s have every reason to be optimistic about the future of this franchise. The road to the Super Bowl goes through the trenches, and Seattle just fortified theirs with a generational talent.